Hello everyone, how you going, and welcome to Expectation versus Reality, where high hopes turn to shattered dreams very quickly. These people should probably know better, but let's jump into it. Cheap tattoo copy. Oh geez, imagine having that on your body for the rest of your life. I can't think of much worse. See, the original one is done alright. I don't know if I'm a particular fan of the actual tattoo. I guess it's an alright artwork, but it's definitely not something I would consider to be a very nice tattoo, let alone one on the right which just looked like someone ate the one on the left and then vomited it back up. How do people get all the way to the end of their tattoos or it being finished before they realize how horribly wrong it has gotten? If I was ever getting one, I would be watching that thing constantly, making sure that that artist is making no mistakes. Guess that's why people have to be very careful when choosing the right artist, because you might end up with something like that. This epic Bob Ross Chia Pet. Oh, person. The one on the left just looks completely fake. That is a photoshopped throw right there. The one on the right is definitely realistic. It's not even versus reality. It's just realistic from the beginning. I wonder why none on the top have seemed to have grown, unless there was nothing there in the first place. He's really just let it grow out that bit and then gotten a hair straightener and just straightened it out. Party on the sides, business on the top and back. Really, these two photos just represent the whole thing surrounding Bob Ross. The one on the left is Bob Ross's painting, and the one on the right is people trying to copy his exact technique. You know, they make it look easy, it's just this, it'll work perfectly, and then that's the kind of abomination that comes out when people are just trying to dab little trees in and whatnot. Facebook ads never let you down. What I ordered, cute needle felted pig. What I got. Oh, I don't know, I kind of like the one on the right a bit more. He almost has a bit more character. The one on the left I find is a bit creepily realistic in a way. Obviously it's still a doll, but the one on the right just looks like everyone's favourite teddy. I don't know, even though it's not what you ordered, that one still has plenty of character. I wonder if it's handmade or if they're machine made, because if they're machine made somehow and then this is what the kind of outcome you're getting with off-center eyes, then that's not good. But if it's handmade, then come on now. I'll take the one on the right any day. You can send him to me. What we think he drives? Ah, Mr. Bean reserved. What he actually drives? Jeez, boy. Got that nice red AMG GTR, I think it is. I mean, it's to be expected. In his lifetime, he's done very well for himself. And you know, Mr. Bean is a character, so I can't imagine him being the complete personality of Mr. Bean. It's like Sacha Baron Cohen. What? He's not wearing a mankini at all times. But I'm sure this might crush some people's dreams, thinking that he drives a little yellow Mini around all the time. He has to get places quickly, he can't be faffing. It's a very nice car, and I'm sure the yellow car easily pays for the red car right here. Pleasantly surprised by this fruit tart. Oh wow, we have a decent one. But yeah, I guess pastries often are decent because they're all fully machine made, just pressed and whatever, I don't know the full process, but just pressed into the perfect shape. Machine filled with the jam and whatnot. I would say a lot of them I get are pretty perfect. You know, when Easter rolls around and you get in the fruit mince pies, I think every single one of them is virtually perfect. So I wouldn't say that this is too out of the ordinary, but if you were expecting something horrible and you got virtually the picture just with a little bit less lighting, yeah, everyone can have that moment of joy when it's not something that is very disappointing that could possibly ruin your day. You know, after you're looking forward to it all day, you had your eye on it, or you suddenly came across it in the shops and you're, oh, that's what I want, and then you get it out and it's just not the same. So yeah, I guess everyone rejoices when finally something works out for them. Expected cookie dough, got no dough. Ben & Jerry's pint slices, chocolate chip cookie dough cookie, I guess. Surely that's just an unlucky situation that you happen to be in where that vat or whatever little tiny proportion of ice cream that you got just happened to have nothing in it. I'm sure they can't be advertising it with that photo and then have zero inside. That would be false advertising. Man, that's making me hungry looking at that though. Look at it. Looks as though you're only about halfway through though, so maybe on the other half there'll be some. Or perhaps you just got completely done in and your entire thing is empty. That would be pretty sad. If your favourite part was the cookie dough and that's what you're looking forward to not have it, yeah, it would be a shame. Pretty darn close. I've always seen this at the gas station and today I tried one. Medium tasty. Cherry blossom candy. Oh wow, I wonder how big that is. It's hard to get the sense of scale from that. I guess that's his thumb, so it can't be too big. But it almost looks like the size of an entire chocolate pudding or something from the photos. But yeah, that's definitely a real life recreation of the product on the package. Can't be upset at that. I wonder what it is. Obviously cherry, candy. It almost looks as though it's a Toblerone style chocolate. Man, Toblerone has to be one of my favorite chocolates of all time. Everything from breaking it to the actual taste. Oh, it really just hits home. These last few posts are making me hungry. Everything seems to be food on here. And especially because you got it from the servo, everything you would expect to get from there is generally just going to be subpar compared to the advertising and the photo that they've got. So maybe you went in with really low expectations and then were extremely pleasantly surprised when you found out that it was decent. My mum ordered my sister a realistic baby Grinch for Christmas. Ugh. Yeah, I don't like either of them. One's chewy when he's about to vomit, and the other one is just creepy. Neither of them are good. It's such a strange gift though. Why was she ordering a realistic baby Grinch? That's so weird. Everything down to the fingers, like look at the fingers and the toes are all independent. When is the last time you've ever seen something have independent fingers and toes? It's a doll. But hopefully you didn't pay too much money for this, because even though I hate it, the one on the left would be quite expensive considering everything that's on it and the detail. And the one on the right certainly isn't. But hey, look, you got a post on here. I'm sure you had a laugh. Maybe it's even furry and she loved it more because of that. It was the thought that counts. So I'm sure it worked out in the end. I would have loved to have seen your mum's reaction though, considering she ordered it so she know what it was meant to look like. You know, your sister was just oblivious because it was ordered for her. She didn't know any better, so that she went, oh, okay, this is what it meant to look like. Meanwhile, your mum has a horrified face on and she goes, what is this then? This is not what I just ordered. Maybe it was ordered off Wish or something like that. Then you shouldn't be surprised. Yep, my wedding cake. What the hell? That looks like it's a meringue. You got 40 centimeters of meringue. That's crazy. From the photo, it looks as though it's meant to be covered in flowers or something, but that is definitely not what you got. It's not even close. It's as though it's a completely different cake. The shape, the colors, there is not a single element on that cake that is the same. The lady in the background looks like, oh, is that the atrocity I have to eat? And it'd be such a shame because it's not like you can just suddenly whip up another wedding cake. I'm fairly sure wedding cakes often have to be ordered unless you just get a generic one. I don't know. See, but maybe it tasted alright. Maybe they had zero creativity and ability to copy what you wanted, but they were still decent cake bakers. Who knows? But it's definitely a shame because it was your wedding cake and that's always a very big thing to have to deal with. So when it's not right, it's certainly not right. Pearls of wisdom. Be cautious when ordering online. Huh? I'm just confused with this one. Is that a jacket or... Obviously there's no way those pearls are real. That would be a multi-billion-dollar jacket if those pearls were real. They are huge. But because I don't know what it's meant to look like, I have no reason to think that this looks bad. You know, fashion can be confusing sometimes, but I've certainly seen things that look way worse than this. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, I don't think. It would have taken a long time, I reckon, for someone to put all those pearls on if someone had to do it. I can't imagine a machine being able to put pearls on like that. I don't even know how you put pearls on like that. And also, aren't real pearls quite heavy? So if they were real, then that would be a hell of a jacket to walk around with. But yeah, I have no idea what it's meant to look like. So, I don't know. It looks alright to me. I don't get it. Buying a kid's dinosaur pillowcase. I mean, it's not false advertising, is it? They just cropped the photo in just enough so you couldn't get the full scale of it. I'm sure you thought that going into this, you would get a dinosaur pillow. So then when a square pillow rocked up, you'd be like, oh, that's weird, let alone to actually have the kid printed on it. But yeah, it's not false advertising. They just cropped it so you couldn't get the full scale of it. Look, if you read the title, Kids Animal Pillowcase, Boys, Dylan the Dinosaur Pet Pillow Sham for Children. So because it puts his name in it, I imagine that means that, yes, this is signifying that this person is on it. Yeah, that would suck. Hopefully on the other side, you can just kind of turn it over, or... I don't know what you do. What would you do with it? It'd be so weird. Why would anyone want this? Why is this a thing? It is as though this is a knockoff brand of a knockoff brand. So they had the original dinosaur pillow, then someone took a photo of that, and then they printed it onto a pillow. And then the next person took a photo of their kid with that pillow, and then put that picture onto another pillow, and then sold that, just to keep the cycle going. How many layers deep can we get? Inception Dinosaur Dylan pillow. But hey, maybe your kid can have a friend. Even though it's just the shoulders and up, they can make a new friend when they sleep. Ergonomic dining cable for the cat. Ah, I see, it's meant to raise it up so they don't have to lean over, because that doesn't make sense. You obviously animals and their head is down, so then they have to kind of lift up their neck, where we always eat with it, gravity assisting us realistically. But nope, cat's not having it. Thanks for this perch. I'm going to stand on it, walk all over it, and just get into it. It's funny how it looks like a little desk though. It's a little writing table or something is what it's been modeled off. It's quite funny. Of course, this kind of thing would be Japanese though. They seem to love their niche, but often quite useful things. And so yeah, we end up with stuff like this. But the cat didn't quite get the memo, and because it's used to standing at the same level of food, I guess I went, okay, you're gonna make me balance up here, what else am I gonna do? If that's what we're doing now, I guess that's what we're doing. I'm a cat, I can balance, I'll be right. This is the first one so far that isn't actually related to the product. This is related to just what your cat did. It was the cat's problem that made this expectation versus reality, not actually the fact that you went, oh, I ordered this table and it was this big. Something tells me this is quite the rare thing where usually it's the product's fault that this is expectation versus reality. I paid way too much to be bamboozled like this. Alright, so you've Wait, you've bought saffron or you didn't buy saffron? How does what? Where? Oh, I see. There must have been an image on the top. You can see on the right, the base is inverted in the lid. So you thought you were getting maybe a full thing, or I don't know. I mean, yeah, that is kind of your fault, I guess. Even though it says saffron, I don't think I'd ever expect it to be in a plastic just sealed container like that. Usually they're in bags and it would say, you know, ingredients or whatever. But yeah, I think saffron's one of the most expensive things per the kilo or per gram in the world. So hopefully you didn't spend too much on it, because that would have been quite a bit of money if you thought that was going to be full and you ended up with an empty container. You walked away with a cheap little piece of tin for $150. And also, I think it is really, really light, so it's not as though you'd be able to tell from the weight of the package, I don't think. Maybe in that case, you would be able to tell if you actually knew what you were doing. Poor person. You got bamboozled. You'll be checking every one from now on. Breakfast jackpot. 2 peeled hard-boiled eggs. How is that a thing? Well, you got 3 at least. But I've never seen pre-peeled hard-boiled eggs. What? Maybe you guys will know. Is that an American thing, a UK thing? But I've never seen that before. Not in any shops I've ever been to. Look at the size of that yolk though. How many eggs did they go through before they got that yolk in the photo? Unless they just blew it up in Photoshop or whatnot. And why do you want this? If this is your breakfast, surely you want it warm. How does this work? Does it say, do not microwave, keep refrigerated? Does it say anything about how to cook it or heat it? Or are you just going to eat a hard-boiled egg raw? I mean, congrats to the person, but I'm just confused and a little bit irked out because that is not something that I would ever eat. Just put in some water for 10 minutes. I'm sure it'll come out hard-boiled. And you can have as many as you want. Very, very strange. Definitely not for me. If IKEA made ice cream sandwiches. Oh, so you got to build your own ice cream waffle sandwich. That is definitely peak factory laziness so far. Surely that would be so easy for the factory just to make a massive block of it and then they just slice it up. That's how I would have thought it happens. And also the point of the cone is so you can hold it better. So I wouldn't imagine that ice cream has a stick. So then you got to handle the ice cream. Oh, it would just be a nightmare. You'd be so disappointed that suddenly your quick and easy ice cream you have to build. Hopefully, like IKEA though, this was cheap and affordable because, you know, they're making you do half the work here. The factory didn't want to have to invest in a multi-million-dollar machine, so they went, you know, we'll just take 2 cents off, 50 cents off, and we'll make them do it. That'll be right. It's almost false advertising. I kind of don't get how they can get away with this, but I guess in the same way that IKEA shows the final product, I don't know. It's kind of assumed with food you don't have to build it. What do you guys reckon? This pizzaless pizza returned by our customer today. What? Oh yeah, it is cardboard. It's right. So the base of it, they've put cardboard on it to hold its shape or something. And then, but the machine just gone and dumped on all the ingredients. What is it? A white spinach and cheese or something? I don't know. Imagine how confused you'd be. You'd think you're being a moron. You're going, why did I only get half the pizza? Is this like the last one? You got to build your own pizza. They give you your toppings and then the base in 2 separate spots and you got to hold it and flip it on and then put in the oven. But yeah, wow. See, the other ones have all been kind of just generally that's the product that you get, where this is a manufacturing error. So as though it's disappointing, at least you're not going, this is the standard that this company lives up to. Unless all their pizzas are just toppings, well then that is definitely a problem. It's like the last people selling it without the waffle cone. Either way, hopefully the customer wasn't too mad about it and they brought it back and they could show you and went, look, can we do something about this, please? Genuinely impressed. Even in slices, it looks like the packaging. Delicious. Damn, is that a cheesecake? Edwards, key lime pie. That must have come in a serious container though. How the hell were they able to keep those? I don't know what they are, but those little meringue toppers or whatever, so perfect. It must have come in a full container. Oh, all these food posts are just making me hungry though, but that one has really hit a spot. I do like a cheesecake, I must say. I have heard of key lime pie, but I don't think I've ever actually had one. So I don't know if it is like a cheesecake or not, but I like a cheesecake and it reminds me of that. So it's just making me more and more hungry. And you said it looked delicious. So all in all, good work, Edwards. True. Work from home. Oh yeah, you got the dog, you got a cuppa, you're on your computer. Reality, work. Home becomes work. It's 4 a.m. Come to bed. Oh, and the puppy wants to go for a walk. He's got his lead. I mean, yeah, it's true, but that's what companies are trying to do. That's why big places like Google are trying to make people more happy at work, because statistically, when people are happier at work, they spend more time at work, which is mean they get more done, which is more cost effective, and it makes the business grow. Heaps of people find it really difficult to shut off work from home when it's at home, and they can't do that. That's why it's always recommended that people not have their work computer in the same room as their bedroom, because yeah, then you just aren't able to switch off and your brain's always in work mode. So all too true, but what can we do? It's a hell of a year we're having. Expectation versus reality, working from home, another one. Wow. One's the opposite. Look, expectation, I will be working. Reality, nah, watching, I don't know, Netflix, playing the Switch. And I love that the dog's got the tie on the left, but just in his undies on the right. I love how this is the perfect counterpost to the last one. The last one was saying people couldn't stop working. This one's saying people can't even get to work. So maybe the extra procrastination of being at home makes up for the extra time you spent at 4 a.m. working, because if you'd actually just worked all day, you would have been done. But because you procrastinated and were lazy all day, then you didn't get anything done. But yes, definitely shows the two different outcomes of working from home. I'm glad we only paid 72 euros for this. Whoa, that's a hell of an expensive cake. I didn't know what it was going to be. Wow. That's not even close of what you've shown them. I like the wedding cake, and I'm sure the wedding cake was probably more expensive. At least the frosting on this one doesn't look like a meringue like the wedding cake one was. The cake looks fine, it's just a little bit low effort overall. I have no idea how they would have done the bricks and everything, but that's something, I don't know, $1,000 cake seems to have. Cakes, maybe if you paid 80 euros instead of 72, they would have come out with the one on the left. It's always, I wonder what they promise. So they go, yeah, we can recreate that, and then they come out with this. Or do they just go, yeah, I guess we can make it, you know, it's going to be a bit weird, but I always wish there was a bit more backstory to this one, and so we could know more about it. But hey, the kid's only 4, and I don't think that they would have known what it was meant to look like, so I'm sure they were happy with it. Just as long as it tasted alright, I'm sure the kid would have been more than happy with that. And the top of expectation versus reality for the month is, well, I tried. See, the personal conviction as well. I tried. I mean, commendable on the effort. It's not like the last few cakes where you've gone to professional and then that's what you got. I've no idea how they would have done the bush on the left one. You did pretty well with your spiky frosting. But yeah, the super thin line black outline is always very difficult. For some reason, your one's reminding me of, what is it? And the duck walked up to the lemonade stand. That's all I can see when I see it for some reason. So yeah, maybe if you were to make another one, just focus on getting the shape of the body right. You didn't exactly get Homer's shape down in this one. So yeah, just get a little bit more, you know, precision going in your life and you should be sweet. But I'm sure you did well. I'm sure it tasted fine. And as a first attempt, maybe you can improve it again sometime. But that is going to do it for expectation versus reality. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to do the YouTube analytical things like liking and commenting down below. Maybe you had a favorite one, or maybe you have a cake that you've baked that didn't turn out just right. Other than that, I've been posting a lot of these videos, so if you'd like to stick around and see some of the others, or consider subscribing so you don't miss another one in the future. But all in all, have a good one and see ya.